David Schwartz, the famous pokey, is returned, and he is issuing the most insane warning I have ever seen to this day. He is handing out this caution. In most cases, he will say things when they are in full view. To be honest, I believe that this one is kind of obvious to everyone, but we'll see. Greetings, I hope you're having a good time with me. The additional piece may be found about 2016, simply roaming at this stage. Is that okay? The only difference is that it is the same as Bitcoin. Consolidating these currencies is something that I am extremely thrilled about because, as you probably well know, we need time. Only a short amount of time. Then, in the event that today's film is going to be a really excitement-filled, or should we say maybe a very thought-provoking video, then I am quite delighted about that expense right now. Okay, people, let us get down to business now, gentlemen. We have reached the end of the exciting portion of extracting the XRP community. According to catchphrases from David Joel, this is referred to as white interesting. As soon as I saw this, I said to myself, yeah, this is another one of those cryptic messages, right? On the other hand, this one is more or less just completely revealed to us in no way that could be considered a secret that he would say. Farewell to you, Thai province. To begin, what are some of the first things that come to mind when you look at this screenshot? An abundance of red, 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 rev. The question is, why is it the case? A reflection of the lights may even be seen off the lake. Displays a crimson color, giving the impression that bloody seas are present or that blood is in the horizon. People in the comments are yelling red, right, red, 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 and I don't know why they are saying that. The Singapore airport is quite productive. It literally took me less than 30 minutes from the Fairmont Hotel to my gate at the airport. But not only that, even with the airplane taxi to the runway, it took less than a minute to reach the runway. Very efficient airport. Interesting, another efficient technology or thing that I know is the XRP ledger, right? At this very moment, a lot of people are predicting that the red candle will soon be lit. What may this actually mean? Despite the fact that Mr. Poole named it first, where he advised to be on the lookout for this region, this place, and this. Right, David Shaw's is essentially the same. Let us explore first things first. Photographers, you are quite correct. The aspect of it is unusual and intriguing for Mr. Poole, and it is a huge fat affirmation once more. You are aware that we are going to discuss about the possibility of red candles arriving in the near future, right? I am referring to the all of time or the entirety of the months upon months that have passed. Red has just been noticed by us. Over the top of red, on top of red. Yes, there are a few sprinkles here and there, a few green individuals here and there, but the most of them have been red, in the course of time, okay? Now, in my opinion, I do believe that there is an impending dump due to these charts once more, and it has to seize this liquidity, people, as soon as it occurs. When the pump occurs, it is going to take place in a short amount of time, right? And most likely when we are at the bottom, the closest, or when we are somewhere in the vicinity of there. Men Davis, please make sure to store when we are going to take off. Considering that Davis always does what he always does now, my guess is that he will send a highly exciting tweet. Davis will definitely do this. However, this may be interpreted in two different ways, men. In just a moment we will discuss the positive and bullish element. Nevertheless, at the moment people are selling. There are 5-years-old Ethereum piles waiting to be exchanged for XRP, right? This is not a terrible moment to check whether you are holding Ethereum, Bitcoin, and all of these other coins, people. This is not a bad time to check if you are holding this cryptocurrency. It's not a humorous gadget either. But if you want to sell Ethereum for XRP or Bitcoin for XRP, now is not a terrible moment to do it, is it? In light of the fact that we are coming closer and closer to the end of the range or the bottom of it, is that correct? When it comes to performance, XRP will beat Ethereum and Bitcoin in the future months. This is not a terrible moment. As for me, I will say it now. Now let's speak about the color red, red and red, right? Conversely, bearish, bearish and bearish. The Justin Financial Stability Board has issued a warning that the cryptocurrency market is getting closer and closer to the point where it poses a threat to the entire system. Oh, this is a silly warning to say, but at least it comes from the Financial Stability Board, which is an international agency that monitors the financial systems of the whole world. Exactly. As a result, I believe that these individuals are essentially the supervisors, or at the very least, they keep an eye on the many other businesses and sectors. Exactly. They just recently identified Bitcoin, which also just happened recently. According to their research from February 2022, the rapid rise of cryptocurrency, which is expected to reach a market valuation of $2.6 trillion by 2021, is a possible systemic risk. This risk is related to the increasing linkages that cryptocurrency has to traditional banking, as well as vulnerabilities such as liquidity mismatches. Now, this warning comes in the midst of a surprise boom in the acceptance of Bitcoin in 2025. Institutional players, including as MicroStrategy, have added billions to their holdings, contradicting past dismissals of cryptocurrency as little more than internet money and triggering regulatory inquiry. Unregulated asset bubbles have the potential to destabilize economies, as demonstrated by historical data from the financial crisis that occurred in 2008. Whoa, although there is not yet a research that has been peer-reviewed that quantifies the complete impact that cryptocurrency has on current financial stability, it is possible that the worry expressed by the Financial Stability Board is justified. How insane is this? As a result, these individuals are advising, hey, you might want to keep an eye on Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies in general, guys, because who knows what will happen, right? According to my point of view, XRP is an asset that is considered to be a safe haven during these times, right? I am not familiar with these other coins, but they are a hedge. The fact that this has occurred so lately is very amusing, isn't it? Having said that, before we go with the mysterious message that David Schwartz has provided here, I would want to show you this TikTok as well, since it will expand your mind. Do you agree? And this is the reason why the channel is in the position it is in right now, correct? Since we are able to decipher when the moon falls, right? Alternatively, we make an effort to stay ahead of the curve and do our best to keep 5, 8, 9 steps ahead, alright? Gematria, sometimes known as numbers, is an essential component of all of this. It was said by Mr. Poole that this is an effort at simulation. You are unable to stop it, aren't you? Therefore, let us keep an eye on it. The language of God is represented by numbers, which serve as a code that is used to form the matrix. Now let me tell you something. If you listen to this, it could help you understand why all of this is taking on right now. 41 is the Hebrew term for mother, name Aleph, Mem, 1, 40, and in this case 40. The total of 3 is 41 and 44. Do you agree? Currently, what is the Hebrew term for a child? Mother, father, child and Yelin are all included. They are 10, 30 and 4. The color is nothing more than a continuous string of it. It is said by some that it is a code that God has sent to us. It's intriguing to think about that. I agree, that is some very fantastic stuff. Do you agree to look at this? Kedem is the term that describes the Garden of Eden. This is the numerical translation, 144. What about the worth of the Tree of Knowledge? Is that correct? You mean to say in the garden? These are the numbers, 233, 144, and 233. The numbers are available for your use, namely like the progression of the Fibonacci numbers. The Fibonacci sequence. What is Fibonacci? What are your opinions on the matter? It seems to me that all of these faiths are similar to rivers. Is that correct? Alternatively, roads that lead to the ocean. In spite of the fact that it is the same thing, it appears that everyone has their own special approach to discovering the truth, if we may use that phrase. One more time, that's all the numbers, folks, and on this channel we speak about all the statistics, as you probably already know, particularly with regard to these decodes as well, which result in certain meanings and other such things. In addition to that, don't you think that your mind is open to the possibility of something, just waiting for a unique tweet to arrive? Let's circle back around to that tweet from David Shores, shall we? This is quite fascinating right now. Correct, today is at 6:15. The storm is about to pick up. The storm is expected to arrive in a short while, and it is fascinating to note that we are currently discussing Singapore. It was of this particular group. Additionally, they mentioned this region in their stay. After then they inquired, is this an event that is taking place in the sky, relates to or is connected to the sky in some way? And this is something that we should consider if we are discussing the sky or any kind of event. Perhaps the county bluff is hovering over the situation. After that, he uploaded a video that stated that there was an approaching current coming from the north. Wow. To reiterate, it might be a sky occurrence. When it comes to Mr. Poole, one would assume that this individual is staring up to the heavens, right? With all of the lightning strikes that are occurring at the same time that we are discussing this is for the date, which is tomorrow. The storm is occurring once more, right? Everything revolves on the tweet that David Shaw sent out. However, there is a bullish interpretation that may be seen here very soon. I would want to begin by going through all of this first. It is possible to find tanks on the streets. The ambiguity is prepared and is on the verge of being locked in. Right, even in the midst of the storm, the ultimate objective is this same thing that Brad Garlinghouse has presented here. I am referring about the moment when you see those tanks rolling in, gentlemen. As far as I can tell, it's almost like it's a prelude to the transition that is taking place in the financial system